Making progress easier. So, what we will cover is why progress should be small each time, begin making lists, and follow frameworks. So, to begin with, why progress should be small each time. Progress is judged by consistency. Obviously, 100 small steps will get you further than one big one. Like people, when you set goals and when you set challenges and tasks, they set them too big, and oftentimes either they take too long and you'll give up the halfway through, or it'll be too big and it essentially just makes the whole process a bit too demanding and it just puts people off because it's too much and too much to handle in one go, especially when you're starting off. It's better off splitting that down and dividing that down into small steps, small goals, small tasks, and it'll get you further. It'll keep you more consistent. You obviously want to begin eliminating or replacing small vices. So let's say you have a bad habit of going to sleep late. Instead of changing that for, going to sleep 2 hours earlier, make that 10 minutes or half an hour. Take away your phone for like the last half an hour and instead of read or literally do anything but use your phone, which is blue light, and it makes you stay up longer because the light affects obviously your sleeping hormones and such. Third, make sure to track daily steps. Obviously, because they're small, they're easy to track, and the more you can look back on these steps, not these steps, but like these tasks being completed, the more motivation, and discipline you will build when doing more tasks and achieving more goals. Obviously, begin making lists. So, why lists of progress? Why lists of progress are key? Because when you look back at lists, you can see the progress you've made from a week, a month, a year, and it's good to really look back because if you don't have a list of how much progress you've made, it's kind of hard to know how far you've come. So it's easier for you to let go on a certain goal or a certain activity if you don't really know how much progress you're making. You also want to keep these goals simple and break them down into smaller actions. Just divide them down as much as you can. Make them as simple and easy to understand, just so you don't get confused and don't get put off along the way. Third, which is kind of a different way of giving someone advice when it comes to following a framework, is follow other people's frameworks, not just one person's, but multiple. So find people in different categories, different businesses, and different niches, and see what they do to succeed, and see what they do, on a daily schedule or when they're working out, when they're trying to just work. Make sure to follow that framework for each individual thing from different people so you have a broader knowledge of what to do to achieve your goals. Obviously, you want to take this framework and ultimately make it yours, kind of change up to what suits you best and what works for you, because you don't really want to follow someone's framework like step by step, because essentially that successful person is doing certain things right now because they're already successful. But to get to where they're at, they obviously done different things. So you kind of want to look at what they've done to get where they are rather than what they're doing now. And lastly, follow these formulas as they're proven. So whenever you see someone doing a certain thing, you gotta understand that this works because they're successful. And even though side by side it's not gonna work for you perfectly just as it did for them, you're still gonna have setbacks and you're still gonna have certain things that come up along the way. So you wanna, tailor it more to yourself and kind of trial and error your way into achieving them goals.